thank God that the brothers on the rise now. Endless celebrations all in my house. Levitating now, I'm super duper fly now. London boy, but DC where I reside now. Put the time in while you always yelling time out. And for quit it, cause I know I'm coming with it. You were sitting, you were wishing I was handling my business. Now I got the ball like Harry Potter playing Quidditch. And my business is humongous, you would think that happens in there. Damn man, I'm all that, yeah I'm all that. Looking for that whip, yeah that what you call that. I'ma blow up in the summer, have them yelling fall back. And I've always been ahead like an effing ball cap. Man, I came in the game like whoa. Got a couple chains on me cause I like gold. They told me I'm the best and I told them I know. Cause when I'm in your town, every ticket I sold. Yeah, they saying I'm the man. Facts bro, facts. Lot of haters, tell me where they at though. I'm the new pop, all I do is rap though. Want me on your song, throw a couple stacks, yo. Woo! Everybody wanna do the same thing. That's why we ain't on the same page. Do my own thing and I maintain. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. Yeah, I'm going mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream. I'm going mainstream. Mainstream. Flow like water, so I'm going mainstream.
I know we grew up a little too fast. I miss the days that we chill and relax. Where did the time go? It all passed. Now I need to go back. I had no worries, but always had plans. The only thing I did was dig out the trash. Now it's much harder to laugh. Hard to get up and not work on my craft. I need inspiration. Don't need no validation. No more medication. Just try some meditating. I don't need you to save me. Feel like all of you hate me. Everything's been so hard with all the situations lately. I just need to numb the pain for a minute. I just wanna run away on vacation. I don't know what else to say now. I just need to numb the pain.
If your enemy's a road ahead of full prophecy to be the greatest beast the world has ever seen. I feed him every day like the bones clean. I feed him all the hate and he grows me. And he gets claws real big, pissed off quick. And if you cross him, you might drop dead. Metaphorically, of course, settling the score. Never getting bored, loves the blood and gore. Always wanting more, feed him from the source. They don't really understand until they feel the force departed. If you start shit, you'll be heartless in the darkness. Torn apart quick, you left scars ripped. You'll be chewed up and discarded. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. weather pouring wetter. Yo, I'm a go-getter, try to do it like me, but I do it better. I got a mind that's clever, the beast inside is competitive as ever. I'm conscious, my subconscious, an accomplice to me. I promise the darkness, I can honest believe. But don't cross me, I might lose control of the lost beast. He's locked away inside with the key control by fight or flight. And this world ain't right, won't accept it. Negative energy, I expect it. Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'm not giving.
Pouquinho, beleza? Vamos começar aqui com a live agora, fazendo a missão de história do Honkai até terminar. Vamos ver se tá sendo tudo isso mesmo que me prometeram.
Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this. Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin. Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here. The family can testify for me. If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC. This is not where the crime happened. What I showed you was a memory. The most basic light cone manifesting tech. Authorized by... Did you really think the Galaxy Rangers were outsiders this whole time? Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality. What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to construct an unbreakable defensive line, breaking through this line of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself a Galaxy Ranger. An imposter, an unsought guest. An emanator who hides her true identity. Ifrit's death was a foregone conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die? It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time, and I'm willing to wait. I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout Penacony. Careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side. If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows, right?
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy lurking beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one. And there's...
The IPC is not the Garden, and there are real limits to what they can actually do. But you know all this. Friend, let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express. I told you I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for the IPC. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but you have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop. That's not fair, right? So then, friend, I need your help. I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall, and to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to dig out a few chunks first. Now we have our chance. So long as we can get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargain, truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions, and that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express, you get to find out really what happened and seek justice. And don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your companions. That navigator is really smart. She must understand the value of this deal. Oh, and take this. A thorough investigation can always... So long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncover...
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but...
What now? What are your plans?
Black Swan... What is she thinking?
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you. But Aventurine is a shrewd merchant he doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet. But, judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on, and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death, to try... That's quick thinking, and very sound logic. Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers. Leaving it up to fate. It's just how that gambler thinks. Anyway, be careful out there. There's more than one way to blaze a trail. In a dark forest beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern. As for the other questions... I'm not sure the two cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound looked like its winged blade. We've all witnessed it in action before. Plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two lethal entities loose in the dreamscape. Sorry, I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mist, but without a doubt, she is the most special guest at this banquet. Two victims appearing one after the other in a very short... Two possibilities. The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up. If someone has chosen these victims deliberately, first a smuggler, then a family celebrity. It's all happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here, go have a chat with your companions. Come, this way. It's a short walk. Don't get lost. This way. This is where we part. Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened. But follow your heart and don't be afraid. We all walk through this world casting shadows of different lengths. And ultimately... hold on just a sec. There you go. A small parting gift. If one day you unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone, I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology. Then, I've something private to take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger. What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I said.
A family rep. Is Himiko okay?
This is ridiculous! How come I keep bumping?
So much has happened. I should take a moment to gather my thoughts and...
Better unsheath that blade now, Ranger.
Do you still dream, Hunter? Of those slain by your hand?
It appears the outcome has already been determined.
You're still alive. As are you. You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind, and then go.
Choice. The bloody trail of the destruction leaves no room for hesitation.
The Taurus Fire Demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that Eon, you won't get special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never understand. We come from the fire, and are born bathed in fire. We spread, burn, and destroy, and burning forms the entire life of a fire demon. from the beginning to the end. We are born to die just to put into practice a profile of another universal truth.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, but my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance?
Why?
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than Emanator. You cannot hide your true identity. Destruction is intense, but brief. To cravenly cling to life is to endure an endlessly prolonged existence.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it is. Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void, the so-called impossible.
All right. I accept.
You shall witness the most brilliant
A bottomless dream. This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but... I'll reveal the truth to you. The hunt is not the path I truly follow. May death be the end of your boundless dream, guiding you back to the waking world. I still see them in my dreams. Hold it. Your time hasn't come yet.
My
See.
time.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances, but they can never cover up who a person really is. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but... Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
You know, Elio.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief. Other than that, anything beyond that is He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny. However, you appear to be ignorant of this. So it's...
Not your enemy, perhaps.
That's not what
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. Maybe I can help.
What reason would...
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than memories, I'm accustomed to using my... I know who is inside that cold armor. How about it? Ready to take off that armor?
It's not yet time. I don't need help. But I can give you if your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family.
Already on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear. What's next then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan.
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction. I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way. But as you can see...
The so-called impossible is merely something that is... That's it. Before we split, is there anything else in your script about me? I'd like to know what...
Unfortunately, not a thing came up. Hang on.
Don't. What?
Your first question was... I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality. So, I really envy you.
Is that so? Then you're already living in the waking world.
We heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan, but we never expected Miss...
I'm sorry.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting...
Let's recap everything then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March.
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this, and we also beg each of you to help.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time, and he...
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets out...
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in...
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they... After all, the nature of the two murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure...
Indeed. He was particularly...
Are we missing the forest for the trees here? I always felt that Aventurine's reasons for accusing Miss Acheron were...
At this point, I'm afraid the only ones we can trust are ourselves.
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. The fewer... I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But...
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew. Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make the... As for that Aventurine... Well, I'd like...
He's complex. He deliberately slow-played his hand during... He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced. Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Aventurine showed his skills, and as far as... We also need to keep a certain distance from the family. Never let them get too close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out.
So, you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to...
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides...
I get why, but there's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here, and I'm worried about getting stabbed in the back. He's been bullied a few times now.
Hora chega, né?
You... No, I can't accept... forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him.
Then, could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone...
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome. Let's tell everyone about it.
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create. The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan? He's definitely going for the family, and it's just a matter of how. The harmony is strong in Penacony, and almost impossible to take. Aventurine has devoted considerable attention to her, but this galaxy... An attack on the hotel guests? I'm just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful. He's clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all...
Checked off the list.
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up, but I feel like Miss Robin isn't actually dead, but that she's still alive and well, because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone die? Whenever I see the Grand Theater... Yeah, of course. At times like this, we're so lucky to have our crew. Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows. Aw, what a mess. I really want a nice cool drink of soda to help me calm down. But then I...
Aventurine said something that concerns me. He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever, but said it was a groundless accusation, which only served... Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of envy. However, I asked Dan Heng back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation. You've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss Ack? That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger to a T. They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone. Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the families.
Among our current clues, the two murders that he witnessed are the most directly connected. One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies in a dream, what happens to them in real life? Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality and verify Miss Firefly's situation back at the hotel? Perhaps we could also make a few inquiries about her while out there.
How about we split off into two groups? There are still some things
worth focusing on.
Huh? Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himeko and Mr. Yang go...
I will. Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express.
Welt.
Is there something about my name?
First, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade.
The Annihilation Gang?
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed his life as a martyr. He was a determined and heroic pathstrider. Not even a villain should be disparaged like this. And what's more, there were plenty of suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that? black hole you're wielding?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind this cane. So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace yourself for gravitational disintegration.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the Nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide. Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron, those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old, final... I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think I've...
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
It's not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions, such as why the Astral Express is roaming around. Is he okay? That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
He's fine. Let's stick with the topic. Gaining my trust all depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
I've run around many different Penacony dreamscapes just to try and find that legacy. And during this period, I came into contact with quite a few guests. In the process, I gradually came to realize the secret of Penacony may be closely related to... That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something. The source of all tragedy lies within the family. If you could trust me, we could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that you bear no hostility. Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
Mm-hmm. By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? Because the conversation coming up...
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and she just sat in one corner, keeping silent, chugging down a couple cups of Wake the Heck Up. I told her...
Really? But I don't take...
The guest rooms are charmingly minimalist, an aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch, this music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people, other things. I know much. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well...
Gradation 12.
Well done, Dubra.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one, this is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted.
They sought refuge in the land of sleep. Children of the flame.
She won't be necessary. I alone am a...
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here. What happened? The memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact. It's like it's been erased.
Who are you? Who are you?
It's... No.
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the cremator? My name is Constance. A pleasure to meet you. We were supposed to meet in Penacony and spend an unforgettable time. But that seems unrealistic. Dahlia's not welcome on the banquet store, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you, I know what you're looking for.
Fala, Rodrigão, beleza?
Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memory.
Oh. A phone.
Esse é só do jogo só, o meu tá guardadinho. Tô usando só a Acheron agora.
A few days ago, the IPC made an announcement under the watchful guidance of the Marketing Development Department and in accordance with the Interstellar Peace Charter, the independent Sigonian, the formation of the Sigonian sovereignty.
Sigonia 4 is located in an unclaimed zone. This is why very few intelligent species have made this planet their home.
Sigonia. Land of rock, but not water. Lightning, but not rain. You promised us a land of honey. Yet when you took his father, my child was... I don't ask for a peaceful death. Just for you to tell me. Otherwise...
Mommy! 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 The rain... It is raining! It's true!
Darling. Such a lucky child. May the God keep... let you... and your schemes.
Oh, heavens. I must have drunk too much.
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories.
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the fam? To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself. Until I discovered that I couldn't actually die. That's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme. When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your behalf, besides Robin, there was another body.
2 murder cases? I told you something seemed off about this murderer is a psycho. But I have to admit, the case should be easy to crack. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. What should we do? Let me think. It's too...
Incredible gambler. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire?
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be... Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. not produced by any voice box. If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. Something was up with the family, but she died. Right before...
A complete and utter loss. Incidentally, there were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has tentatively accepted your alibi. However,
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. I'm starting to break out in a cold sweat.
a probability. Yes, it exists, but if you simply can't control yourself and want to that man wants to see you.
Who?
Sunday.
Sim, é o desbravador. Dele é o personagem padrão do jogo. Então, usar, tem alguns momentos que são meio que obrigatórios usar ele, né? Então, porque ele faz parte do elenco principal, vamos dizer assim. Mas eu mesmo usar não uso mais. Não uso mais. Talvez a próxima versão dele que vai lançar, né, eu possa usar, mas não tenho intenção. Porque assim, a primeira forma dele, que ele usa aquele taco de beisebol, é meio esquecível, né? Não agregou muito nas composições. A segunda forma dele, que ele vira mais um tanquezão, é boa até. Só que eu tenho melhores, né? Então eu não costumo usar muito ele. Mas assim, pra, vamos dizer, a Acheron agora, que chegou aí, e ela precisa de um personagem que aplique debuff, né, e tal, ele pode ser uma boa pedido. Porque ele aplica queimadura, né, e tal, e dá uns efeitos negativos. Então ele funciona bem com ela. Daí é uma opção pra quem não tem tanque, né?
Fine.
Mas eu tô esperando esse Aventurine aí, que vai ser o próximo que vai vir no banner. E ele é tanque e é mega quebrado.
But the ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't. Without any further ado, let's set off. Lead the way. The show is about to begin.
We're here. The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place where heads of the families meet to discuss great...
Fortress? I like this metaphor. I dealt with the warlords of...
This mansion nominally belongs to Sunday, and is very befitting of its owner.
Hey, Doc, whose side are you on anyway?
Who's to say I won't sell you out?
We'll see. When we meet the authoritarian master of the Oak family, I'll pry an answer out of it.
Follow me and I'll bring you to his parlor. Hold your tongue and...
Bastante. Já dá até pra testar ele já. Ó. Olha que da hora, né? Essa instaladinha de dedo.
Feeling lucky.
Da hora.
Hey, you two! That's a place of business. No intro.
I was requested by Mr. Sun...
Oh, I remember you. Veritas Ratio. You...
Excuse me?
The one on your head. Of course, it's nothing compared to my full pocket dimensional
Ele é o apostador,
the
cara.
mobile knights.
O rei do tigrinho.
Right, and as I mentioned,
Não, me falaram que
that
dele é
fantasy
forte,
raiment
né?
of yours doesn't exist.
Vamos ver se é mesmo.
That's because you can't see it. Like I say, only family can see the glory of the mobile.
It seems like the idiot...
A dead end?
The door is shut tight.
I mean, they're...
For security reasons, The family built the administrative site deep in the dreamscape. With the mechanisms on the previous occasion, an attendant named Kona had gone...
Well, maybe we should do the same. Let's go and take a look.
Você já bateu a preguiça, já. Vamos ver como é que ele é.
Commencing support.
Cara, que safadeza, cara. Ele substituiu logo a minha Akeron, velho. Ele vai ser meu dano.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Let's settle this. Eternals, the dead return!
There's always a weakness.
Sure, I'll play along.
Cara, eu tô sem dano, velho. Que sacanagem.
Ready for another? Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Pelo menos deu pra matar. Deixa eu ajeitar aqui. Se o jogo deixar, né? Pronto, agora sim. Agora dá pra brincar. Caramba.
Do we still have the upper hand? Troublesome. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Lend me your strength.
Vai ver o que é dano agora, cara.
To guard and defend. Crush
Talvez nem tanto, porque os bichinhos são fracos, então ela nem vai dar tanto dano.
I weep for the departed.
Mas só sobrou um só.
It too shall fall.
Enemy targets detected. Lend me your strength.
Destined for oblivion.
I hit the mark.
É isso. É muito forte. Eu preciso achar um bicho mais forte primeiro.
Another blood debt repaid. Stream forth a gleam of old blades.
Six nightingales face...
But are these nightingales?
Eita, que peraí que eu nem gravei. 2 pra frente, papá.
They are.
How can nightingales be so huge? They look more like torment eagles to me.
There are no eagles in the 5 families, only nightingales. Why am I wasting time with you on this?
Ok. Ah, mas é claro que eu vou ter que fazer, né? Virei errado essa bosta. Ah, tem como ver. Não, achei que eu ia ter que gravar.
Just as I thought.
A truly miraculous discovery. Perhaps I
Really?
I was being sarcastic.
Oh, impressive. So much for Mr. Sunday's reserved, virtuous image.
Do you need me to remind you? We're in a dreamscape. No matter how grand the mansion looks, it'll not—
Yeah, you're right. The only way to destroy the family is death.
Hold on.
Huh? What's wrong?
No, but this—
My friend?
It's a trial. You got to prove your worth to some— If I'm not wrong, we need to find a way to open the store in the hall.
Oh, an escape room.
Get serious. I've no time for games.
Wow. That's an enormous sandpit. I'd love to build a tall building for myself. Oh, look. There's a notice.
There wasn't a gap before. That—
Well, with your brilliant mind, you shouldn't have any trouble recalling.
Of course. Let's look around. When I see it, I will know it.
Fine. Fine. Why do I feel that we're pursuing a degree in burglary now?
Found it. This is it.
Ah, é porque não tem servidor BR, né? É tudo norte-americano. 150 ainda tá bom. Puto bicho, velho.
Huh. And the nameplate reads Gulliver's Arch. Well, I'm amazed.
If I were you, I would shut my mouth. It's what—
Oh, this reminds me of one of those building toys. You know, with the blocks. I've never played with them before. I wonder if it's more interesting than stacking chips. Oh, look. the gap is closed. And it fits perfectly. So...
Indeed.
Oh, Doctor. Oh, actually, I think we could make this work for us. Just find a... Oh, fine. Let's find a way to open the door.
Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
Hello! Welcome to I Am an Oak Soldier.
And...
Hello! Well, I am an Oak Soldier. I will be here to guide you. Model. Happy to be of Found the nearest. Please look. Model.
What's up with that? Now the family's toys are trying to frame me? Oh, capsule machine. So, I was right. These models have interiors that look exact. Oh, one of the fragments flew upstairs. I'll need to use the pinball machine to flick myself up there. But it's tough. Oh, great. There's another pinball machine base here. And it's empty too. Doc! I'll need your...
There's no need to yell. I can hear you. Finally, a moment of peace. For the theater of the mediocre. That's it. Pleasant moments of solitude are always fleeting.
Oh, you're back. Just place... Thanks, Doc. Oh, Ratio, you should come in here and take a look. The view here is breathtaking. Honestly, all done. piece of cake. And the joyous tour of Toy City has come to an end. Makes me feel sad. Penacony isn't all bad, right? I'll use this interesting experience as a talking point at the poker table.
It's a pity you made it out of the sandpit alive. Sunday is just beyond this door. From my limit...
Yeah, only I believe he's the one who should be prepared to face me.
Tell me about your plan.
I don't have a plan. I'll just play it by ear. There are only two kinds of...
Looks like sincerity isn't in your dictionary.
Am I not sincere enough? There's no need to emphasize it. We've got to make good use, and I'll help him find the murderer. He can't do it due to his
On what basis do you believe he's incapable, necessitating the delegation?
Simple. Because that murderer could very well be a traitor hiding inside the family. That was just an excuse, good doctor. There's something wrong with that woman, and we need someone who can keep her in check. It's better to minimize the variables outside our control while we execute our plans. Moreover, I need to know her identity. If I'm lucky. She could be an important pawn. But honestly, the murder case is likely unrelated to her. I believe my standpoint. There's a rat in the family. Otherwise, we'll see. Using Robin's death as a bargaining chip, I'll win back my freedom. If the chance of winning is just beyond this door, even if that chance is close to zero.
Ah, the charming audacity. To think that you, of all people, might emerge...
3 chips are enough. All or nothing.
It seems my puzzles are too effortless for you.
I appreciate your words. And I see you put a lot of...
Well, this isn't an invitation, but a summoning. Before we speak, I imagine this knowledgeable doctor friend.
Certainly. You ought to know this better than I do.
Yes, the doctor has assured me of your noble character. He considers I have come to know you very well as a person, Mr. Aventurine. You're diligent, generous, and willing to cooperate. But there's one thing I must ask you. That is, you've used your wisdom at the wrong place to meet the wrong person and put yourself in a situation where you shouldn't be. Witnessing a tragedy that shouldn't have...
You don't look too well. Am I making you? If not, then it means I'm on your side.
If I wasn't mistaken, you'd just made a serious...
No, you weren't mistaken. For depravity is creeping in around you. There's no need for us to be evasive. Let's talk about your sister. Your sister's talent is unrivaled in the world of show business. As you know, her voice is... Who could be responsible for this? Many suspect the culprit is among the outsiders, but now your noble status has become a shackle, preventing you from apprehending the murderer and avenging your sister's death. But don't worry.
I'm immensely honored by your concern for me, Mr. Aventurine, since you're so selfless and generous.
Well, naturally, you wouldn't incur any loss from this. I just want to reclaim what is mine.
The box in which the cornerstone is stored.
That's right.
Cornerstone. I've heard it's a treasured asset of the Strategic Investment Department. A sacred stone that seals the Preservation Emanator, granting significant power. And every liquidation specialist holds one. For an object so precious, it probably comes at an even...
Well, I'm sure you're aware of the high level of risk I'll be under...
Mr. Aventurine, when you're out and about, do you always make adjustments to your appearance? Your tie should be on the center line. Your shirt must not...
Of course.
But I don't, because it's not appropriate to do so in public. I'm not the kind that takes risks. The cornerstone must...
No room for negotiation.
Please, don't let me turn you down twice.
Sure. The gift money is good enough. I suppose you wouldn't mind that. After all, a merchant can't function without a bargaining chip.
You compromised quicker than I thought. Unfortunately, it's a gambler that needs a bargaining chip. The fact that you can decisively forsake the box you asked for, what exactly is stored in it? Oh, triple-faced soul, please sear his tongue and palms with a hot iron, so that he will not be able to fabricate lies and make false vows. Under the light of the harmony, all wickedness is revealed. I implore them to shed their light, and I'll ask you questions on their behalf. Next.
And if I refuse to answer?
You can try, and we'll see if the harmony rejects you. Question. Do you own a cornerstone?
Yes.
What a simple answer. You, too, understand that idle chatter leads only to poverty. Did you hand over the cornerstone to the family when you entered Penacony?
Yes.
Does the cornerstone you handed over to the family belong?
Yes.
Is your cornerstone in this room right now?
Yes.
Is your memory free from any kind of tampering or deletion, encompassing but not restricted to the tech?
Yes.
Are you an Avgin from Sigonia?
Yes.
Do the Avgins have any ability to read, tamper with, or manipulate?
No. Does it matter?
Do you love your family more than yourself?
Yes.
All the Avgins were killed in a massacre. Am I right?
No.
Are you your clan's sole survivor?
Perhaps.
Do you hate and wish to destroy this world with your own hand?
I don't know.
Interesting. Now, the final question. Can you swear that at this very moment, the Aventurine stone is safe and sound in this box?
Of course.
Looks like we can get an answer. Open it, Mr. Aventurine. It's your last chance.
Que medo.
Please.
Ai, não dá pra confiar nele, cara.
Are these what you're looking for?
Olha a cara de trombadinho desse bicho.
Since you came as promised, learned doctor, does this mean that you are willing to take the side of the family in this farce?
What makes you think you can convince me?
I've heard you haven't enjoyed Mr. Aventurine's company. I also understand that you're an avid learner who sees the pursuit of knowledge above all.
In that case, you ought to realize that a competent scholar knows their position and wouldn't forsake more.
If you agree to assist the family, I'll share our research findings on the Stellaron. You must be quite aware that...
Cut to the chase.
I need Mr. Aventurine's comprehensive plan.
Haven't you confiscated his cornerstone? You can't expect a featherless bird to take flight.
But I've also heard the 10 elites in the Strategic Investment Department have united, progressing to...
You'll have to speak more clearly.
The cornerstone, which Mr. Aventurine surrendered. Was it really his?
You question whether he would entrust you with someone else's cornerstone.
But you know that he's a crazed gambler. The more vocal he is about it.
I never imagined someone would share his way of thinking. Honestly, you should see a shrink. Bring it. The box containing the cornerstone is unique, and only IPC seem... Unfortunately, your guess is correct.
The golden stone. Its color...
This is the very ruse he intends to use to fool you. He won't reveal to you that and this golden statue is also known as Topaz, not Adventurine, and it belongs to Topaz. So, do you wish to confront him?
Not at the moment. I'm more interested to know the location.
The safest place somewhere you'd never think of. Because he never intended to hide it. In fact, that...
I see. This bag. Mixing a cornerstone. More precious than life itself. With a bunch of worthless jewels.
Then he makes up some trivial excuse, downplaying the matter and requests the gift money.
Learned doctor, I am grateful for your help. As for the villain... It was all thanks to your friend with a keen eye that I could add a... Ratio, you wretch. Finally shown your true colors, huh? Oh, and just to remind you, you currently only have 17 system hours left to live. You might as well explain it. What I performed on you just now was the Harmony's consecration. You were to show allegiance beneath the illumination of their grace. Yet you...
Is this what the Harmony represents? But it...
You misunderstand, Mr. Aventurine. Punishment is meant for the irreverent. But I have seen your throughout these 17 system hours. You will be unable to escape the dreamscape or contact any of your companions. Should you succeed, you will be able to coalesce into the harmony and be with your family. If you fail, you will suffer the wrath of the eternal Centurion and fall into an abyss of doom.
Sounds like I'm gonna end up the same either way.
I indeed do need a servant to help me uncover the evil hidden in the family from an external perspective. I will purge when the time comes. Compare your findings with mine. If both our findings align, or if you can provide me more insights, then they will truly be able to grant you mercy and honesty.
Shameless hypocrites. You took everything from me and still demand the truth? That isn't fair. Your carnival reeks with the stench of cash. Nothing...
This is meant to be an act of personal virtue, not requiring the family's support. Your bag is over there. Do as you please. I believe you can trade this bag. Off you go, Mr. Aventurine.
Caraca, o Sander é um babacão, velho.
This meeting isn't an interrogation or a negotiation. It's an outright execution.
Why would I do that, Mr. Aventurine? I'm just wondering what a passerby who stumbled... By the way, before you go...
What is it now?
Do you truly wish to bring about the destruction of this world?
Kakavisha! Where did you... I got it back, sister. You went to look for them? That's too dangerous. I can't live without you, little brother. Promise me not to...
Sister, don't be afraid. The catechins are fools, but...
One?
I made a bet with them. The two birds in the desert and me. Who will die first? They suspected me of cheating, but I didn't.
Of course. Of course you'd win. You've always been a... But that's no reason to push your luck by going up against those blood... Look, this is just...
I'm sorry, sister. I thought you'd be happy.
It is important, but not as important as pain and poverty are the trials of Gayathra Triclops. She has also granted us a chance, and that's your good luck, Kakavisha. You're a child blessed by Gayathra Triclops, and can lead the clan to happiness. Listen to me, and...
Okay, we'll swear. But sister, if Gayathra Triclops, then why did she not protect Dad when he was swept away by the quicksand? After all, Dad went to the catech, and where was Gayathra Triclops when Mom was shivering in our arms? Mom was still pleading for Gaia. Sister, everyone praises me for being smart, but I don't get it. Then how bad were our sins? So much so...
I can't seem to find any information on this artist in the Iris family archives. The photo you provided... Oh.
Just as I thought.
Are you referring to the records when you enter the dream pool? The equipment will monitor physiological indicators, such as heart rate, blood oxygen levels, and body temperature in real time. I apologize. The hotel does not have access. This information is managed by...
Looks like nothing can be...
At least we know who to look for next. Thank you for your assistance, Miss Allie. By the way...
Fine? What does that mean? Is there something wrong with Miss Robin? The preparations for the...
I'm sure.
Robin, né?
Sure enough, no one knows about Miss Robin, but that Miss Firefly is truly mysterious. There's no information on her in the hotel system. Even if she's also in the running for the legacy. How is she going to...
Is there any other way to...
The Memo Keepers have abilities that are difficult for normal people to comprehend. In the hacker girl from the Stellaron Hunters used extraordinary means to unlock the Dreamscape Hotel's seal.
The Garden of Recollection and the Stellaron Hunters. Both...
Who are you guys?
The Bravo team has arrived at their designated position. Armed evacuation? What do you know? It's more efficient this way. Just
Help me! I spent all my year-end bonus on the snowball!
Hey, check it out! That voice...
to all guests, the IPC will be conducting special
I'll request a beating for you, Locke! You've been told not to drink during work. Take him back to the hotel room. I'll organize a meeting later to properly go over how this incident report should be written.
Miss Topaz?
Oh, long time no see, Astral Express crew. It's fine. Do as they ask, and try to avoid it. As you see, the IPC isn't very popular here on Penacony. Cordiality from the family is a mere facade. The former frontier prison has turned around and cuffed its shack. Only Aventurine, who carries an invitation, is allowed to attend the banquet. An entourage like us, we can all...
No wonder Aventurine's scrambling to partner up with someone. The IPC can't...
His situation isn't optimistic, I hear. You're all helping to investigate some dirt on the family, are you?
Thank you, Miss Topaz. We're on our way to the Hounds to verify some intel.
Yep. They're tailing us right now. Why not go and talk to them? How does it feel to be in business with Avenger? That's just his style. But Aventurine's luck has always been good. Of course. As for the 2 cases, apologies, but...
We're carrying out our captain's orders. What do you want?
We made a mistake last time, and we're working hard to rectify it now. We don't have time for anything else. Surveilling the IPC executive...
So that's it. They were the pair who were after Firefly.
It's you again.
Well, spit it out.
So you know each other. Why do you... That's right. We're investigating a murder for...
Hey! The security officer instructed everyone to... What murder?
Yeah, that's...
Looks like they're not going to cooperate. But they did at least tell...
Why don't we just look for the security officer, then? It's probably... Such tight security. I bet they're stumped by the case as well. Gallagher.
Apologies. The Bloodhound family is running an investigation up ahead. No unauthorized personnel allowed. Hold on a minute.
How much trouble have you stirred up
Not possible. It was you the last time, yelling about some clockwork... I'm not letting you get by this time!
Huh? What kind of
Hold on, sir. We have documents authorized by the family that would aid your investigation.
Who exactly is this Gallagher you keep talking about?
He didn't say...
It was the security officer who dispatched...
He'll do! He's...
Sorry, no can do. The boss said that... Everyone, please leave!
We're really sorry for troubling you.
Another way. Can you perform it again? Please?
Sorry. Everyone... Let me... Whoa! Time to clock out!
Huh? At least he won't be getting in our way again. Let's...
I was wondering what all the commotion was. Huh. Oh, it's you guys. Welcome. Since you made it...
Hello, Mr. Gallagher, sir.
Miss Himiko, you're too...
Mr. Gallagher, you...
Of course I do. You folks are from the legend. I had an encounter with this gentleman in the golden hour. I remember that little I'm sorry for what happened to that kid.
This is also the reason why we've come to visit you, Mr. Gallagher. The Express can't just overlook the death of that...
The Nameless, involved with the family. What?
Why?
It's nothing. On Penacony, everyone no matter how much one resists the beautiful dream, when the time comes, they too will find it hard to let go. Who wants to...
Mr. Gallagher seems to be getting...
You got it wrong. I'm not. You want to discuss the case? Sure. Come with me.
Even after that chilling tragedy, this dream is other than the family of the Harmony. It's hard to imagine any other power in the universe that could sustain a building of such
The family itself is a huge, perfect build. Each member of the family sees themselves as a piece of the divine puzzle, revolving around a singular core and a shared ideal.
Interesting analogy. Perhaps that's why Penacony's...
But the human body has its limits, and so does the divine's.
That doesn't sound like the kind of comment a Galaxy Ranger would make.
Just pointing out the facts. Mr. Yang will definitely have a better...
Why do you say that, Miss Acheron?
The beautiful dream is crumbling. But not because of a particular eon, a particular faction, or a particular visitor. Its collapse stems from a certain... As people immerse their souls in the dreamscape, where consequences and pain cease to exist, and only ease and pleasure prevail, they draw closer and closer to necrosis. Also, this necrosis will diffuse and spread. One piece of the puzzle's mutation will eventually cause the entire building to shake, break.
In the end, the dreams that people built in the name of freedom became the cage that imprisoned them. I'm sure you've gained a lot from this trip, Miss Acheron.
Of course. Don't mind me. It's just a habit. Owing to events in the past, I've become easily forgetful.
Take your time.
That should do it.
The moment of daybreak. I've heard that's...
Behind the dreamscape's song and dance stand many imagination factories. Workers create all kinds of whimsical works day in. They say it will suffice. Experiencing the bizarre, there I encountered a young woman who had just come of age. The perfect time to indulge in beautiful dreams. Her greatest wish was to one day... For certain reasons, her wish was difficult.
Gilded Hour. It's said to be Penacony's current...
Yes. It is a fortress-like financial city. The economic heart of the dreamscape. Everyone there is exquisitely dressed and always in a hurry. The greatest wish of the local Pepeshi people is for their future. I've never met anyone who is willing to talk. I could only stand at the crossroads, watching crowds of people hurrying like the wind through. I don't know if they would open the vault door, but before I left, I witnessed a well-dressed Pepeshi.
I hear the Blue Hour is very romantic. Do you have...
Perhaps Mr. Yang has heard. There is a large boat called the Eventide, anchored along the sea. I ran into a wizened lady there. She was at the dock, waiting for her long-departed... In the humid sea breeze, she spoke of her own youth. Like many who desired wealth and love, they came to Penacony to pursue their... Finally, She suggested we continue our conversation on a boat in the shallows. I agreed and boarded the boat with her. Finally, we retreated to the beach.
The dreamscape of chic, luxury, and consumerism,
Then you all must have seen those who are attempting to realize their dreams. Or have realized them, scattering money as if it were dust. I saw an Intellitron there, who was preparing to auction himself. When someone wins a bid, under stipulated periods and rules, he would do that. Intellitron had been auctioned off 12 times, and I participated in his 13th. That was the grandest banquet I had ever attended. This time around, there were no successful bids. This is what I've seen and heard along the way. Someone once said to me, Penacony wasn't like this. I've traveled through the reality and dreamscape of the planet of festivities. Watched the tides of night rise and fall when time stopped for people. Were the spirits of the... This is why I think the collapse of the beautiful dream.
There might be a way to change everything.
Perhaps. But if this is indeed the world that people desire, if this is precisely why life chooses to slumber...
Miss Acheron? There was a man from my homeland who, at a time when the world was grappling with, he wove together the dreams of everyone in the world, linking people's dreamscapes, and shouldered this burden himself. From this, and since that moment, the giant stood between heaven and earth, becoming the pillar of the world's existence. As a price, those who found they slumbered in a dream, devoid of disaster and pain, living out their days peacefully in the man's created utopia. And it is because of the wishes of those...
And yet, you stand here right now. Which also means that man failed.
Because people must always move towards the future, even if human weaknesses make them pause. And that man, he was never a failure. Like everyone in that world, he was the sun chaser of legend, soaring towards the sky and embraced. He ascended to heights uncharted, only to come face to face with the sun, a place not visited by anyone before. His wings would... countless others would surpass him.
A fitting metaphor for the nameless's... Thank you, Mr. Yang. I know what you wish to confirm. The universe has innumerable similar, yet different worlds. I too have embarked on journeys, encountering old friends with familiar faces on different worlds. Even if not completely similar. The story you just told. I ended that man's life. Alone. I am not who you think I am. Nor will my home be as fortunate as your world.
I am sorry.
It's fine. I don't mind, so long as I can alleviate.
There's something I still wish to know, Miss Acheron. Under that representation of the...
Mr. Yang, before answering that question, I wish to continue the previous topic. I like your analogy very much. Indeed, birds are born to fly. But in a distant past, their ancestors could only gaze at the sky in envy. They saw that faraway ray of light from above the heavens, piercing through the clouds and blanketing the earth. And so, time and time again, generation after generation, the birds spread their wings and took to the sky, attempting to touch its ceiling. Then, what if the last bird finally soars into the sky? Oh. Then why, exactly, do we eat?
Long time no see. Having fun on Penacony?
This voice. It's not.
Though I don't know exactly what you are, my bullets will find you.
Ooh,
Until then, you best find a casket store on Penacony and ask the owner to reserve a good quality.
Imposter? I see. She gave my whereabouts to someone who's track. Who are you?
Huh? Did I make a mistake?
I'm the Garden of Recollection's memo keeper.
Not bad. This is the kind of tough challenge I like.
I don't know what you're talking about, but you know Acheron, the galaxy. Not quite. I only want to ask. She's clearly not a path strider of the hunt, but you are, aren't you?
Sure. Heck, never thought I'd come across an ally. Well, I'll be on That lady's passed. Well, nobody knows. Is an emanator who should not exist.
Que da hora. Meu Deus, só troca de história. Tô entendendo nada.
You look pale. Or is that also...
I didn't think you'd have the nerve to show yourself.
I thought this was exactly what you wanted. Just tell me if you can't...
So, the genius of the Council of Mundanites wants to be my undertaker.
Yes. And I'm pretty sure the people at the Strategic Investment Department would love to be notified of your death in due...
Great. Then tell your people that Aventurine is ready to go in 17 system out.
Oh, you've got a lot of nerve. How exactly do you plan on completing your task while your hands are tied by the...
My conversation with Sunday convinced me that there's a traitor in the family. And that they hold the secrets of Panic. I even managed to recover the gift money. Things haven't gone this smoothly since I walked through the doors of the Reverie. Now.
Sounds like a very elaborate way of saying that you failed.
That's all I can say. Have you forgotten? Go. Do what you must. I look forward.
That's true, but what's your plan? Did you conceive?
Well, who knows? Maybe that's why I'm handing out cash even when I'm a...
You are indeed.
Maybe I am.
Fine. Here, take this. Open it when you're on...
What's this? Asking me to solve a case without giving a single clue. How typical of you, you wing-headed scout. But the way you're all on edge about that stowaway... it's just as I guessed.
Would you be willing to support my performance? Wow, how fabulous! But why would...
Well, you see...
That's incredibly kind of you. Thank...
Sure thing.
Death? That's...
Oh, you see, I'm a tabloid reporter collecting ghost stories.
Well, if you're up for some gossip, it's not about death. It was like they were in some sort of coma. Nobody knows what caused it, but luckily the customer eventually regained consciousness.
Thank you. This unexplained coma... That's actually what happens to your body if your brain dies in a dream. I can feel something inside.
The world. You. Wait. I get it now. This is... You youngsters are always looking for a quick way to get an audience.
Oh, a great show will start soon, old man. But before that, I need to...
Ah, I see. Another fearless youngster looking for death. death? Not even remotely innovative. The effects were awful. First, some monster covered in eyes stabs you in the gut, and then all you see
is that...
Yeah, what else can you expect? Don't put too much stock in the Penacony movie industry. They...
What a joke. Well, I'll leave you be then. A monster covered in eyes. That sounds like the memory zone meme. But buildings and... The disturbing voice in my head.
A sip of liquor. A blissful reprieve. To drown 1,000 sorrows. Let worries leave. I know I have what it takes to become a poet. Oh? Oh. You're giving these gems to me? Didn't expect to meet such a generous soul in this place. Or are you just pitying me? Well, it really doesn't matter. As long as I have Soul Glad, that's enough. This is just a dream after all.
You really shouldn't drink so much Soul Glad, my friend.
Oh?
The devil of soul.
They say it loves to appear to drunk people.
Yeah. Does everyone have to go through so much torment before joining the family?
Take care, my friend. If you ever find your... You don't look good, my friend. If you need assistance, I can...
That won't be necessary. I have some business to...
All right, then. If you have...
Well, actually, I do need a favor.
Stowaways? How could there be...
All right. What was I even thinking?
You want to talk to me? Sure. Huh. Wealthy people have fancy ways to enjoy this dream. So, are you trying to be the prince from the tale, handing out his gold leaf garment?
I'm flattered. I'm no prince, and I just...
Another curious soul. I see.
How did your boss talk you out of it?
Well, she simply said, covering baseless urban legends like that. I thought about it, and she had a point. Reporting on stuff like blowing out birth...
Guess she's got a point. Thank you for...
Were you wanting to talk to me? Sorry, I thought you were checking out something behind me. Is this a gift?
Yes, it's...
Is this for real? Someone is actually giving me a gift.
No, it's not much.
I knew it. What's... Oh, you sound just like my father. He's an Intellitron, so his dream entry methods are different from us organics. Can't count on him to protect me if something does go haywire.
Hey, stay positive. The devil of Soul Glad, dangers in the dream, and nightmare ghosts.
Please.
Remember what I said. You Sigonians are better off hiding in the sewers. Look at you, snooping around and sticking your nose everywhere.
Jinx it.
Is the smell of death so enticing, my fine fellow?
Oh, it's you, masked fool. I should have guessed it. You're the imposter who appeared on TV after Robin's death, right?
I heard you got caught by the family. I gave you a clear clue. Befriend a mute. Simple and straightforward, you know? And what did you do? You messed it up and ended up as their prisoner. I told you to make friends with a mute, not become one yourself. You really let me down.
What do you mean?
You know better than I do. Who watched the little songbird that couldn't sing perish right before their eyes? You did, Blondie.
No, I mean... What did you mean by becoming one?
Well, it means you'll soon end up like her, unable to speak ever again. But it's a good thing if you ask me, because...
Because I'm getting closer to the truth, right?
Oh?
Why else do you think I'm handing out cheap trinkets all over the streets, fool? All part of the act. Fool's bait. The more pathetic I seem, the more likely you'll come sniffing around. So, now that I've drawn you out...
Why should I help you?
Don't you want to see Penacony descend into... chaos? Well, I can make that happen. Did you really mean Robin?
And what if I say no?
Then I'll thank you. Oh, the word no has never sounded so
Well done. I admit I underestimated. Let me tell you something. There were 2 mutes, but one is dead now, and the other, though he's still in Penacony, I'm afraid you'll never find him again.
Now I'm completely sure that I was on the right track from the beginning and never strayed, fool. Right now, there are only 2 things missing from my grasp. The meaning behind the truth, and the means to expose it.
How impressive. That's quite a fancy way of saying I haven't learned anything so far.
Cara, não vejo a hora de enfrentar ele, bicho. Não tô aguentando mais.
Not exactly. I've gathered enough clues to prove its existence, and that's enough for me. As for the answers to my questions, I'll find them within 16.
Oh, really? Only 16 system hours? Well, let me lend you a hand. Here you go. This is my precious, mutually assured distraction button, and I have one just like it. When either of us... If you're really so desperate for the IPC to take over Penacony, blowing up the chessboard isn't a bad idea. Start from scratch. That's where the IPC excels, right? Just press the button when you're at your wit's end. And of course, feel free to reach out to me for my hospice care, too.
Oh, a deadly button, huh? Well, I guess the family didn't take your threat seriously at all. Otherwise, how on earth did you manage to bring it in here?
I have my own ways. That's all you need to know.
Well, I'm afraid I'll have to decline your offer. Who knows if your little gadget will actually work. By the way, I have no plans to search for the other mute friend you speak of. But it's good to hear that he's still here, and I'll handle the rest myself. I'll orchestrate a grand finale for the downfall of the family. And at the climax, the walls will crumble. When that time comes, go ahead, press the button, light up the sky with a magnificent fireworks display.
You're still talking big, but sure, if that happens, I'll stay true to my word. Just don't let me down now, okay?
So, number 35.
Can a commodity code really be considered a lucky charm?
Silence! I didn't give you permission to speak. The guys in black didn't say much, so I've no idea what you did to but I figured you must have had good luck, so I bought you. Your first task is simple. In addition to you, go and play a game with them. You came out alive.
You're insane.
Testing out.
Aren't you worried that the money you spent on me will go to waste?
I've got stacks on stacks, Blondie. The slave market is, but you look good. And that's why many customers are betting.
How much did you
What?
My price.
Huh. You really want to know? Well,
I'll take my chances. 30 tanba. If I come back alive, you'll give me
are you trying to strike a bet with me? Yeah, sorry, but that won't do. You're just a chip. A life thrown away in someone else's. It's all or nothing. Don't.
What brings you here, Gallagher?
Some friends from the old days. Do you have a moment to spare, Siobhan?
Oh, I have the whole day to spare. This bar offers a wide variety of drinks, but we draw the line at Soul Glad. Why settle for ordinary when you can experience extraordinary? What would you like to drink?
Look! A lady.
Who's Serval? Will you?
Oops.
Just spare them, my esteemed bartender. I'll take over the bar today. I'm getting up there in age, and I need some practice before I forget the skills that used to put food on my...
They're all under the counter. Since our guests have traveled from afar, shouldn't you whip up some special drinks?
That's exactly what I had in mind. Hey, my friends, do me a favor. The discussion might take quite some time. So I'll...
In the bar?
Why, we're in a dream, my lovely lady. You can help yourself to anything if you wish for it.
Oh, did you hear that?
Even in reality, mixing drinks is more than just throwing ingredients together. A bartender needs to capture the bar.
Only then can a perfect drink crafted with a...
In other words, what you get from your drink is down to luck. So don't overthink it. Indecisiveness has no...
Check out this bottle. The liquid inside looks beautiful. And half an amber... Ugh, drinking this stuff... Ugh, this...
Did you find the bottle of syrup I've been hoarding? Don't worry.
Ugh, then... Can this... Oh, what should we exchange? Whoa, the stairs made of coins can... Oh, that's quite a stash. Not sure if it's enough.
Haven't I made myself clear enough, Miss Amiki? The Dream Jolt hostelry only welcomes...
But you have the talent. You'll attract a huge audience. Come with me. We'll become the talk of Pentecost.
As you see, I'm entertaining my guests.
Fine. If you don't come along, I'll just sit here.
Just...
What's her deal? We can't discuss...
Hey, can you do that clockwork trick?
Yeah, I'm counting...
You're one of Siobhan's guests. I just don't... It's ridiculous, right? I'm too timid and shy. You don't know Siobhan's past, and you have no clue. I know. She probably thinks...
She's still not leaving.
I just don't get why she won't leave this place. Those darn Irish jerks! I get it now. I can help clear the way for her. I can do her a favor.
Things might get out of control if she gets any angrier. I need to come up with enough.
I just don't get. I've seen it. The crowd is going wild. I've seen that scene. Well, maybe here's the payment for the drinks.
Amaki has left? That's good for her. When you're ready, go to Gallagher. I can tell he's it.
That being said, mixing a drink is way simpler than you'd imagine. Just so, go ahead. Explore the bar. Nice work. Let me take a look. You found some interesting ingredients. Each drink has its own unique flavor, and the base ingredient sets the... You won't find a sweeter drink anywhere in Penacony. Now that you've chosen the base, it's time to pick the adjunct. The ingredient that'll create a marvelous chemical reaction. Bright future. A taste that's been I'll never forget the flavor that danced on my tongue as Mikhail whisked me through the dreamscape.
Mikhail.
Almost there. Let's pick a decoration. Which style do you... A symbol of bravery and dauntlessness. May you break... Well, it's done. Here's to you, Dream Seeker, with this glass of El Dorado. To golden dreams.
Well done.
So are...
Oh, the flavors!
The richness and layers of these flavors are a masterpiece, especially with the adjuncts. I'm not entirely sure what it all means.
Well, if you're expecting the imagery it implies is pretty straightforward.
Does this true taste have...
Yeah, that name does sound familiar. Oh.
I was right about you. You guys seem to know. Let's dig deeper into the case. And of course... All right, let's start with what we know based on the clues the family has. It seems that Firefly isn't a local or an invited guest. In other words, she managed to fool me at first. My age must be getting the best of me. But here on the planet of festivities, stowaways are a common sight. You're bound to run, but here's the thing. We only received bad news. And the tricky is, she simply vanished, leaving no trace in the dreamscape or reality.
Huh?
Different? Are you suggesting that girl wasn't actually killed? Let me be frank. This case, actually, is unlike anything the blood
dealt with before, so...
You've witnessed it, so there's no need to hide. Even the shiniest city has its dark side. We're all adults here. Surely I don't need to explain. Confronting the family based on that alone would be naive. Death may occur in sweet dreams. So what? If you really want to delve deeper into this case, you need to understand the true
I guess it's time to tell the story.
You're very perceptive. The Astral Express has received
There's a message. Witness the impossible in the realm of dreams.
Hey, why are you laughing? Wait, did you write it?
No, but I'm the officer in charge of this case. So how could I not know? I'm sure you must have noticed that this message didn't come from the...
That's just our speculation. Actually, it's hard to believe that...
Now I can assure you that your speculation is absolutely correct. The family has considered the Watchmaker an enemy for a long time. but the hounds haven't been able to track him down. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever wondered why the family allowed the Watchmaker to send out such a ridiculous...
So, you want to seize...
Well, now you understand why the Oak family authorized the Nameless to assist in the... Because the Watchmaker is not the legend of the Land of the Dreams at all. He's the most shameful stain in the history of Penacony. You don't get it? Mikhail, the betrayer of the family, he's the Watchmaker. Here we are, Clock Studios theme park, the most popular entertainment center in Penacony.
Wait, aren't we supposed to be discussing the Watchmaker? I would have
The culture of a city reflects its history in the most authentic way. To you, it's a fun place. You know that Penacony used to be the IPC's prison planet, right? All the prisoners were brought here. The prolonged exposure to high concentrations of memoria caused a unique phenomenon. The dreams of countless, but everything has a price, and sweet dreams are no exception. In the end, the dream world was unable to. He is Hanu, the great leader of Dreamville, the great peacemaker. History is always written by the winners. However, it's undeniable that Clocky is an animation that draws from... These characters not only exist in Dreamville, but also in the distant past.
There are so many members of the Bloodhound family around here.
They just received a lockdown order, supposedly from Sunday himself. So many of them. We don't need to go in. We don't want to draw any unwanted attention, and let's find a quiet spot and continue our conversation. The view here is great, right? Including Clocky.
If all the characters in the animation are based on... In the animation, he's Hanu's partner and one of the founders of Dreamville. Does that mean the what?
It was a monumental war for freedom. Hanunu fought alongside a motley crew of masked fools, nameless, history fictionologists, mourning actors, omen vanguards. Among them was the person who would eventually be known.
But if you do the math, doesn't that...
I'm not sure, but Mikhail was already the Watchmaker when I met him, so maybe he inherited the title.
How old are you now?
I'm 13.
No way.
Hanunu freed the frontier prison, but peace still eluded him. With limited resources, threats from the outside world, it wasn't until the Watchmaker approached the family with the idea of turning the prison into the planet.
Thus, he became known as the father.
But didn't you say the Watchmaker betrayed the family? And...
No. I'm not his companion. But I am indeed a traitor. Not to the family, but to Mikhail.
Tá louco, cara. Não... A história tá boa, mas eu tô numa ansiedade pra derrotar o aventurinho.
I did nothing. And that's the worst betrayal of all. Just like you, I had close companions. We dedicated ourselves. Mikhail was too old to protect his children anymore. So we left the family to find our own path. While they continue to praise the Watchmaker's name in the world, behind closed doors, they condemn. Nevertheless, we wanted to clear his name. We intended to find but we failed. Too much time had passed, and the land of the dreams had become deeply corrupted. After countless fruitless pursuits, the family accepted me and made me an officer, supposedly as a form of forgiveness. But it was actually... I heard he died in obscurity, in a place where no one could find him.
We're truly sorry for what happened. But this is not the end of the story.
Apparently, someone has inherited the title of... Unfortunately, after all these years, I have no idea who that person is. So, do you understand why I'm spilling all this info? Because I believe the girl's death, we will find the answers we are... If it really is Mikhail's ghost, I want to meet him. If only for the last time. For those who just... I've told you all I know is a sign of gratitude. Something just happened at the theme park. How ironic. What's so different between the stowaways projected by Pen...
Gallagher does have a troubled past.
While Firefly's whereabouts remain a mystery, his stories shed light on our suspicions about the... Exactly. Gallagher suggests that the real traitor is someone
Muita
else.
coisa, cara.
Probably within the Oak family. That lines up with what we've gathered so far. Firefly got involved in this mess because of the legacy, and now we're sure that Aventurine's accusations against Acheron are
Pra mim só
baseless.
presta se for em inglês, cara.
You're really into Clocky, huh? He's just a fictional character, not a real person.
Speaking of which, that Clocky who only reveals himself to you is quite
A dublagem em
intriguing.
inglês é muito boa.
It's a
Não
shame
tem nem
we've
como
never met
comparar.
him since then. Now that we've confirmed a lot of our suspicions, let's take a moment to think about the clues we have. Send a message to Welt and see how things are going on his end.
Ah, não chega nunca essa luta, velho.
Are your companions worried about you?
They're just checking up on me. Let's get in and get out. Seems they've made some progress. Looks like we're about to enter the depths of Dewlight Pavilion.
It's been a smooth ride. Almost too smooth for a heavily...
Let's see if there's anyone waiting to greet us. Something feels off. A grand mansion like this and not... This door is open. Looks like we'll have to...
Just one moment. Light. I've made myself less noticeable. The crew can explain their presence as authorized by the family, but...
I see.
Stream forth the gleam of old blades. The model in the sand pit. It's the golden hour, isn't it?
The footprints here are different from the rest. There are two sets of them. Looks like outsiders might have passed through here not long ago.
Stream forth the gleam of old blades. Oh, there aren't any people in this mansion.
Do we still have the upper hand? Ready for another? Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
You chose the wrong...
Lend me your strength.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall. On the still waters of oblivion.
Bloom.
Don't worry, it's just a scrape.
Lend me your strength.
Destined for oblivion.
Nem tem graça essa lutinha aí.
It dropped something.
E aí, André, beleza, mano?
A note. Looks like instructions from the butler for the other servants.
Seems like the mansion's entire workforce were assigned other tasks before Robin's death. It must have been a big project to require that much man.
But no matter what their main...
So you're saying...
Yeah. but I don't.
E aí, Vitor, falta muito ainda, cara?
No one here.
Since no one's around to entertain us, let's make ourselves at home. Stay close to me so that my white can cover you too. The information about...
Looks like the rumors were right. Death does seem to be...
He's just surprised that it has resurfaced.
Ah, então vou esperar, então.
This light cone is securely guarded.
According to Robin's interview, despite having performed on so many grand stages, her favorite performance was...
I wonder how their relationship is now.
Growing up brings gains, but also losses.
Yeah, time has a way of smoothing things out. The beautiful dreams of youth.
As soon as I and the rest of the crew arrived in Penacony, Mr. Sunday and Robin showed up to greet us.
Robin believed it was because the harmony had been tampered with somehow. But as far as I know...
Meaning?
If there really is a traitor within the family, that person must...
That would explain why Mr. Sunday has been having such difficulty in catching the traitor. It seems neither the Dream Master of Penacony nor this old Odie...
They don't seem to care much about death. Instead, they're more...
Maybe the other family heads don't think death is a big deal. One thing's for sure.
Mr. Sunday has done some serious research on his suspects.
They all seem to be insiders, but...
Huh? Wait.
What is it?
No, nothing. Maybe I'm just overthinking things. However, if...
Perhaps that's why Sunday is taking this matter so seriously.
That's all for now.
Before coming here, I had all sorts of scenarios in my head about...
Watch out! Someone's approaching.
I don't think trespassing on forbidden areas is the way to be a guest, Acheron. The Galaxy Ranger.
Cara, não confio no Sunday.
Our apologies, Mr. Sunday. Nobody came to greet us, so we entered without...
But even if there's no one to greet you, you should wait for the host, even without the famous Galaxy Ranger. As far as I know, the crew is officially...
On the contrary, that's exactly why we're here. To ask you about the case and gather more...
Well, since you've come with goodwill...
Rest assured, he hasn't figured out that we went through those documents.
While the truth remains a mystery, I'm getting close to it.
Let's hope justice will prevail soon. I have a question for you, if you don't mind. How did the family come to the conclusion, with all due respect, it's in the IPC's interest to wreak havoc before...
Well, other family heads share the same suspicions as you. But, in my opinion, the true murderer would never have drawn as much attention as that. However, I'll give you a suggestion regarding your suspicions, Mr. Yang. You should be more cautious of Aventurine. He's a businessman, not some philanthropist. But right now, he's out there handing out his wealth on the streets. And he went to the clock studio. While the family is dedicated to keeping our guests safe, it might... You never know. What unexpected troubles could arise?
Olha isso, cara. Não tem como confiar nele.
According to a Pierpoint hotline tip, there was a major breakthrough in the shocking Ejhazio. This fraud case has been linked to many departments within the Interastral Peace Corporation and the Intelligentsia Guild.
The case's main suspect originates from Sigonia 4 and is one of the survivors of the second Kataka Avgin extinction of... As per Strategic Investment Department head Diamond's sentiments, the IPC has appropriately relocated the suspect.
What pretty eyes. Tell me, do they shine in the dark?
Well, if they did, I'd sell them in a heartbeat.
You don't know how many people
long for your eyes to be closed forever. As a servant, no lawyer has the audacity to defend you. Perhaps you ought to represent yourself.
Not difficult, but definitely pointless.
You're pretty confident on your eloquence. Did you also think that when you lied to the Intelligentsia Guild?
Ask and you shall receive. You wanted the perfect construction material. If your luck holds out, the IPC will dig something up from the golden sands of Ejihazo. Maybe even the Sand King's remain.
I'll admit that. What I'm more curious about, though, is why such a grand scheme failed to benefit anyone in the end, including the perpetrator himself.
Madam, I already have what I want. To be brought before you for the next.
Then let's talk about the second gamble. Tell me, what are you prepared to wager this time?
My life.
What do you want, then?
I want your Lenore to meet with me. I have something to say.
And then what?
I want cash.
It can't be that simple, can it?
It is that simple. 30 tanbas. The remainder of my... With this money, I'll climb to even greater heights than you. Grasp even more riches than...
Interesting. A pity Diamond won't see you. No one gets to see him. From here on out, you're wrong. 30 tanbas. I'll give you that. And much more than that. Kakavasha. A good name. But unfortunately, go. Pick the clothes you like. Then choose your desired identity. And then... use them well, child. May your plans never suffer failure.
Life is like a long-term investment. Those who choose... People can't always make the right choices in their lives. Is it because Gayatri blesses me? Well, if that's... But... even if I overcome this difficult trial... What would come? Will I return triumphant with unending riches after countless successes? Never to return. Lowly gambler. What? What? Am I dreaming? Perhaps both. Forgotten me already? When you were strapped to that electric chair... Fine. I may be crazy, but I'm not stupid. Get out of my head, noob. The harmony? Oh, don't play the fool. It's not the first time I'm you, and perhaps even more aware of yourself than you. Of what exactly you want. You're dying. And you still want to drag a bunch of unfortunate... A grand unveiling. You really think you can pull it off? Why not? Well, you may have fooled everyone, but you can't fool yourself. I can show you. Before you're entirely gone, let's have a heart-to-heart while we walk. What exactly are you? Most people in this world spend their entire lives just to reach one outcome. And I am that... Kakavasha, I am your... First, I'm hearing things, and now I'm seeing them. Great. Am I going to be elevated into the... Just a Pepeshi? No. A child? I thought minors weren't allowed in Golden Hour.
What's wrong, mister? You don't look well.
Impossible.
They're pretty, aren't they? Sis said they're a gift from Mama Funga. Colorful eyes are said to bring good luck. Mister, you have pretty eyes too. Beautiful.
Are you alone?
They're in that amusement park. Papa and Mama went in first. I'm just about to go look for them. I have to go. Goodbye, mister.
Those eyes. And Mama Funga. No, it can't. There aren't any Avgens left.
Papa, Mama, wait for me.
Only on panic. What are you still doing?
Well, you've known all along. The family truly showed leniency to everyone who came seeking help. However, people don't see it like that. Especially since the flavor of the drink syrup is so alluring. You will, which is why, once you step into the hotel, you remove your high hat.
Well, when you put it like that, even Ratio's a teeny peacock analogy sounds...
Well, you know how rare it is for me to give you the straight dope. So listen, it's good timing that you mentioned the doctor. I'm especially fond of what you and he have in common. Oh, when everyone thinks this way, who would even suspect? Go on. Tell me I'm right. You know who you really are, Mr. Cavalier Gambler. Uptight, sober, cautious. They only see your big bets, your bravado, the full house, the straight blush. It's a heck of an act. No wonder the tavern sent you an invite. You're a natural kid.
Well, the best way to prevent others from seeing your true colors is...
Of course. I know you all too well. But it's strange. For the preservation. I doubt it. Do you even have anything in...
Oh, I thought you knew. Didn't... We're done. Either stop talking or...
That's fine.
Well, it's not going to be me, anyway. Feeling lucky.
Playing hide and seek. I'm really good at this. Guys can't find me. Stream force.
Blades.
Hide and seek. When Mama said goodbye that day, how many cat... I know you won't forget that sound anytime soon. Those shrill cackles. You had to hide, right?
It wasn't ruined.
Come on. It's... Now you don't have to hide. You probably won't even deign to get your pretty arm.
I've never changed.
On the contrary, now you're the one who does the hunting.
That child... Could he be in here? Is this... a topaz?
What? Does her cornerstone wrench out your heart, son?
I was merely curious at why...
Maybe that winged guy put it here. To taunt you. The cornerstone's hue is the same as the radiance of Clipant's body. I've got to give it to you. I've heard a lot of baloney, but...
This is just bait.
Of course. That's why Ratio's betrayal was one of the keys to your plan. I have to say, that doctor...
Or maybe he wasn't
All the better for you. Sunday didn't become head of the Oak family by acting sloppy. He's obsessed with control. You have to give him enough detail to satisfy, which is why you had Ratio seek him out and leak the plan on purpose. To prevent the other party from suspecting anything. Finally, Sunday took the bait, found the other cornerstone. Everyone's distracted enough for you to steal the third stone right out from under them.
Why don't you stop rummaging through my mind?
Your mind. It's our mind. You're me, and I'm you. The best way to prevent others from seeing your true colors is to first be able to fool yourself. This is the other cornerstone in Sunday's hands. Rather beautiful green. Just like you. Smooth. Tell me. Must I do all the work? Aventurine is the stone of luck and trickery. That's what she said when you received the stone, wasn't it? This type of stone isn't rare, but its hue is very similar to a certain gem. In fact, it's often used as a substitute. And that more precious gem.
Jade. Even Sunday can't tell the difference. Oh, looks like Jade can be substituted for Aventurine, too.
Aventurine, Topaz, Jade. 3 elites, 3 cornerstones who, for a measly penny,
As I've said before, 3 chips are sufficient. All or nothing. But will it be the former or the latter?
So, where's the real Aventurine stone? Take it out.
Suddenly you...
I just want to hear you say it. After all, it really does resemble its owner.
As you wish, then. They never went anywhere. They're piled up with these cheap baubles.
You smashed the Aventurine stone before you left? Oh, just look at it. Shattered. Just like your life. Poor thing. A humble pebble coated in the most lustrous sheen. I take it back. You're absolutely clear about the consequences of doing this. Blasphemy against Klipoth's body.
Well, Diamond has always been all about results. As long as I could create value. How else would the family be fooled if there was no price to pay? It doesn't matter. Even smashed to smithereens, the preservation's cornerstone can still be used. Its effect may be greatly diminished, but it's enough for me.
Now I'm really curious. Why does every step you take involve reckless? Do you truly believe that the greater the risk, the greater the rewards? I wouldn't have guessed you'd be...
There is so much you don't see. Which is also...
That is... if you can do what it takes.
We'll just have to wait and see then. The cornerstone is gone. Another illusion of the harmony. Huh?
Hello. We meet again, Mr. Pretty Eyes.
Yes. We meet again.
Of course. Big Sis is there too. I'm so happy. On our way here, Pop...
I think you mean...
Yes, that's it. Putting many draw... They put me, Papa, Mama, and Big... You should give it a try too, mister. You look sad. The amusement...
Sure. How's that? Boring. Why aren't you talking?
You've piqued my interest. Oh,
Well, you sound sincere this time, at least.
well, sincerity is one of my traits that everybody likes. And I have precious few of those. Our quaint journey through this amusement park still isn't over.
Whoa! This place. It's so tall! And there are so many flowers here! Big sis, this one's for you!
Oh, what's on your...
It's got nothing to do with you.
Do you need a hint? These are manacles on you. You wrapped that iron chain around your fist. For that is the only tool you could find.
Shut up!
Oh, you don't wish to face your past? From what I see, you refuse to...
How could a weak person take such daring risks?
Oh, that's right. You love the thrill of danger. In your hands, those who follow you could have become Joker cards. They're far more useful that way. It's not like this is the only place the family ever cut corners. You could have had tons of action if you weren't so all or nothing. A pity you're not him. Well, you wouldn't be in this state if you could just get with the program.
Those techniques you mentioned are highly efficient, but it's not that I don't know about them. It's more like I couldn't care. What fun is it if the fight isn't fair?
Fair. You assume your opponents would fight fair in the first place. The odds are...
Well, she gave me an answer that could turn everything.
You mean, it could make all the cards on the table?
That's cheating.
If these leaves could be brought back, would they bloom into new flowers?
Your expression right now is hard to put into words. The lucky charm Mama left. You obviously could have lived a normal life like Big Sis that way.
Mama only left us with 2 pieces of jewelry. A necklace and a lucky charm.
That's what you always say, but you actually...
You can zip it if there's nothing to talk about.
I know. You must remember what Big Sis told you. You're a child blessed by Gaiathra Tri... The words still ring in your ears, don't they? So, you surely won't forget how tragic her last moments of life were. How the piercing laughter behind... Tisk? Tisk? A lifelong regret.
Enough!
Oh, shut me down like a champ! Well, I guess when it comes to mine, I think I finally get you. And woo! You are nuts! In the end, I'll ruin this beautiful dream and create the... Think about it. There's a Stellaron in play, the fabulous Robin loses her voice, 2 unsolved murders, cryptic messages from a masked fool, and a chance to go head-to-head death. But whose, exactly? All right then. Reserve a seat for me in the audience. If you could start over, would you still want to be the child who received Gayathra's blessing?
It's so quiet this time. Is he finally gone? Or am I the one about finally made it out of this place?
We're going home? But I don't want to go back yet.
Sei que me quebrou. Ué.
It's so fun here. I want to stay here forever.
Brother Hanu, where are you going?
There's only one place he can be going, whether it's in the past, present, or future.
Beautiful dream is about to end. The beautiful dream will never end. Mister, is that you? Ah! I don't know why, mister, but you always give me a special feeling that makes me more curious. It's sad that I can't get to know you more. We have to say goodbye. Yes, I should go home. The day's getting dark, and it's going to rain. I don't want to worry the others.
You're home.
What a strange question. It's where Papa, Mama, and Big Sis are. In this dream. This amusement park. But, mister...
Because
Where are they then?
I don't know.
You do know. Admit it. We all are. Which is why we chose to stay here. Me and him. Your past
How long will you stay?
Forever. We'll be with you. This is the greatest honor that we can offer to those who hurtle towards death. The road less traveled is less traveled for a reason. But you've never gone in any other direction. Your own life is the chip you're most eager to lay down. Always. You don't care who the real murderer is, and the Watchmaker's so-called legacy couldn't be more boring. What you want, what you need, is to be the smooth operator, you'll be the closing act, the final sacrifice.
I can do it. And it will be flawless.
Of course you can. Your luck will help you at the right time. Stellaron and an emanator. That way, the IBC will earn a place at the table. And as for you, you'll just happen to slip the leash, leave the rat race, extract yourself from this endless debacle. You'll have the freedom you've always dreamed of. This isn't the first time. You've been an escape artist from day one. This fiasco started with a death in its curtains. Oh. So that's why Diamond chose you.
He's just after Penacony. No matter the means, no matter the price. It's not personal.
It's hard, isn't it?
Well, don't get soft on me now. What, did you suddenly grow a conscience?
Hey, I was born from yourself. I'm well aware that climbing out of the hole you've dug is basically impossible. I can't stop you from doing what you want. We can't change where you want to go.
Well, what's done can't be undone. All we can do is play the cards we're dealt and rake in as much time as possible.
Yes. Alas, people won't make all the right choices in their lifetime. Though luck, you will keep winning, having never lost before. But why you? Why? If all your luck is built on the pain of someone you love, on the loss of dozens more. If these windfalls, these jackpots, aren't a gift from Gaiathra, if all they are is then what did we do to deserve living in a world like that?
Well, maybe when I get to where I'm...
Fine. Time to make a move, my friend. Say goodbye to the kid before you shuffle off. It's best to die without regrets.
And now, only we are left. Can you take a photo for me?
Sure. Look at the lens when you're taking a photo the next time. Your expression will look...
Sure, I will.
I can't leave yet. I still have a show to do.
Oh, let's go then. I'll take you.
Sure.
So you're an actor. No wonder your clothes are so stylish.
I'm actually a... merchant. But I do have a show to do.
Are you the same as those men in black in the sky? But you're not wearing black.
Only ordinary employees have to wear that. My position is much higher than theirs.
Awesome! I hope I can become as good looking as you when I grow up. Behind this curtain is the great... It's almost time to go on stage. Are you ready? Good luck with your show.
Ah, o cara já tá aqui pra assistir já, desgraça, né?
Thank you.
Let's put our palms together. If you receive Gaiathra's blessing, you'll feel more relaxed. Putting our palms together is a simple ritual. By putting our palms together and reciting the prayer to Mama Funga, if you're not familiar,
Vamos ver se é isso tudo mesmo.
It's all right. Of course I know.
Rapaz, pior que dura.
This is where we go our own way, Kakavasha. Why? The catechins have already taken all our money. Catechins are bloodthirsty, cruel, and insatiable. This is a trick, an act of revenge. Remember? They know the Avgin will surely hold a festival today. With the little do the catechins know, this time we will fight back. The men in black that descend from the skies are on our... Without this rain, the catechins would never take action, and we would not have the chance to turn the tide. This is a gift from Gaiathra. But people will die, and you will be in danger. The Avgin always return their blood debts. Gaiathra calls for me, while Papa and Mama are waiting for me. And as long as you are alive, the blood of the Avgin will never run dry. So run, Kakavasha. As for us, we will reunite. May the goddess Gaiathra close her eyes 3 times. Keep your blood eternally pulsing. Let your journey be forever peaceful, and your schemes forever concealed. Farewell,
Newsflash from the Inter-Astral Peace broadcast. The IPC Marketing Development Department. The insurgents are from a local clan known as Kataka, which has a long...
The clan launched a massive attack on the Avgin, who were under the protection of the IPC. The spokesperson expresses his deepest condolences for this devastating humanity. Finally, he proclaims, the hammer of preservation will fall on all beings.
Kakavasha? Bye. Okay. All the actors are in place. It's time for the show to begin. This act is dedicated to you. Kakavasha.
By the way, before you go, do you truly want to destroy the world with your own hands?
Let's assume. Then I would be quite happy to make that wager.
Is this Miss Acheron? Hello, I'm Himiko, the Astral Express's navigator.
Hello, I'm March 7th. I'm sure he needs no introduction.
Hello? Since Welt has decided to travel with you, it means...
I envy your close friendships.
Miss Acheron here doesn't present a danger, and she's of no threat to the Astral Express. Which is why, before we continue working together...
You want to... create a...
There must be some deeper meaning behind Aventurine's act. In that sense, the Astral Express's role in his plans would be impaired. Assuming things do escalate to that stage, having an extra ally is a good insurance policy. Penacone...
You're talking weird again. But it's a good vibe.
To solve the mystery of the Watchmaker, it is crucial to get the IPC's intel. The path ahead is...
Sounds like we've reached a consensus.
I will accompany you, of course.
Let's move out then! But where do we start looking for him?
No need to rush. If he truly has laid a trap, he...
Ladies and gentlemen, the most wondrous, most magnificent show in Penacony's history is about the IPC cordially invites.
Look. Should both the performers and spectators fail to arrive...
Let's get going, everyone. The hour of trailblazing.
I have a bad feeling that something big's gonna go down. Let's
Caraca,
waste
todo
no
mundo quer me
time and
assistir
head to the
na
theme park
desgraça.
then.
Rapaz.
Mr. Yang. Why did you not tell your companions about my true identity?
It's just like you said, an inability rather than an unwillingness. Plus, it's a long story, not
Vamos
something
ver
that can
então.
be summed up in a few
Tá me dando muito
words.
hype, cara. Tem que ser bom mesmo.
But I chose to believe you, and my trust in... I also believe that if it were their choice to make, they would make the same one.
Thank you. I'm grateful. To reciprocate. In the upcoming confrontation, if the odds aren't in the Astral Express's favor, I will stand with you. If my meager strength is required.
Vambora então.
We're back here again. Adventuring that guy's really taking it to a whole new level. Does he really think he's...
Not a soul in sight. Everyone, pay attention. The other part...
Ladies, gentlemen, dream seekers, tycoons, esteemed guests of the Watchmaker and the family. Also not forgetting the nameless of the renowned Astral Express.
Astral Express, you're late. And this...
We've kept your appointment, Mr. Aventurine.
I will, naturally.
Everyone, give it up for Mr. Stellaron!
Let me remind you that in all likelihood, this stage and his identity have
Vou
nothing
aproveitar,
to
com
do with
certeza.
the wanted murder.
Do jeito que tu tá falando, tem que ser mega boa mesmo.
Oh, no, they do. Because he's the only one who saw all 3 homicides. He is the key.
3 homicides?
That's right, madam. The 3rd one is about a truly grand... You, and you. All of you are... You will become the personification of death. Oh, don't underestimate the preservation. Let me be a little clearer. I will detonate the Stellaron in you and cause a BAM! The entire theme park will be reduced to a shattered dream.
Your bluff isn't fooling anyone. If you could really do that...
You wanna bet? Sure. I'll bet with you.
You won't do it.
Of course I can. It's just another gamble. I came from the wastelands of Sigonia for just 60 red copper coins. But the sun could not kill me, and the quicksand sent me back to the embrace of the Guild and the IPC. Have you ever heard the saying, sleep is the rehearsal of death? Why do the living every night is practice for the end? You and I are escaping into our dreams for fear of death at this. Friends, the game has commenced, and you, nor do you have any reason. The dice are cast. Ladies and gentlemen, ready to unveil your cards? The Architect's flawed stone. Of no value at all. I'm putting down the bet. I'm taking the gamble. I'm claiming the win. I'll invade spin the wheel, a daring gamble. Walking the brink of death for rebirth. Oh. For the Emperor Lord! All right. Let's see who has the last laugh.
Let the game begin!
To guard and defend. Crush them!
Caraca, não pode meter nenhum 2x, mano.
Eternal sleep.
The dead return!
E esse bicho que não toma dano.
Enemy data net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. Lend me your strength.
Destined for oblivion. I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Enemy targets detected. Ready for another?
You chose the wrong enemy.
Take everything I've got.
Ah, foi no Loxa, tá de boa. Aí, tá tranquilo.
Eternal sleep. The dead
Não dá nada não.
Lend me your strength.
Free will on the still waters of oblivion.
Commencing support.
Prepare for sword.
Receive divinity.
Don't worry, it's just a scrape.
Lend me your strength.
Destined for oblivion.
We have the upper hand.
I'll see you all.
Lend me your strength.
Another journey from the still waters of oblivion.
We've entered the storm. To guard and defend. Crush them. Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counter.
Pô, cara, eu tava esperando mais, velho.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
É isso daqui que você estava sofrendo, mano?
People still have hope. They'll keep throwing money on the table. The chance. How small. The potential is what you hang on to. That's what justifies the gamble. Final play. Down. Everlasting. Serendipity.
Ah, vamos ver a brincadeira agora. Hein?
Ready for another?
I'll see you off.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack. You'll pay for this.
Destined for oblivion.
It's all or nothing.
Enemy data secure. Net markers activated. Time for a good old counterattack.
Going all in.
I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
Everybody's like that, down to the last player. So why can't I be
Why can't I feel that free? Always hide your ace with a straight face. I'm starting to get a little impatient with you all. Friends, to fully relish this, I'm betting every last chip. Only by casting aside reason does one truly gamble. Emanator, I know you'll match my wager, right?
You're leaving?
Perhaps.
Penacony. What do you hope to find within a...
I'm not looking for anything. They aren't in a dream.
I'm afraid the family will not open...
Why?
Because the path you walk...
Even if...
Precisely because it's not what you want. Because they are not like... They have never glanced at anyone. They leave woven strands of fate for humans to walk. And together, they weave a great...
There are always those who rise from the shadows. In your eyes.
You still have a strand of color, but not much.
That is enough. Before they vanish completely, I will reach the Nihility's end.
Nossa, cara, até arrepiei, velho.
I wish to mourn the departed, weeping like rain, to swell the crossing stream. As the tide arrives, leading you back home.
Tá louco, mano. Mano. Pode nerfar, pode nerfar.
Gigantic. Have I...
Welcome to this sad world, Kakavasha.
Your good luck is the most precious wealth we, all Avgin have.
You
Ficou
came out
muito bom,
alive
velho.
after
Nossa,
2 days.
arrepiei total.
It proves that you are the real deal.
Wealth, status, power. The IPC will give you whatever you want.
As for us, we will reunite in Kakava's next Aurora.
It's a pity this is not the place you were expecting.
Melody.
Perhaps to you, I am just an emanator who's hiding her identity. But the sleeping and shapeless never glance at anyone. They have no face, no form, and even less of a will to speak. The night only some who have gone under their shadow can go farther, tainting themselves with more nihility.
That's all. So... is this my final destination? The land of the dead?
This is all but a fleeting dream. one of the thousands of manifestations of IX. Under the watchful eye of nihility, we momentarily linger here before moving on to our own paths.
It seems that my death has already been determined.
Even if you wish for it, I can't promise you anything. Now that you've accomplished your goal, I think you can be a little more forthcoming.
What do you mean?
Your performance at the theme park was wonderful and grandiose. A simple yet practical technique that fooled almost everyone. No one would have ever thought that you would have gone to such lengths, even staking your life just to prove a fact that had seemingly been disproved long ago. Real death does not exist in Penacony's dreamscape.
Why?
Because this is the only way you can uncover a secret that is even more unspeakable. To use this dream death to get there. To that promised Penacony. The legacy of the Watchmaker.
How did you find out?
I never imagined that something I learned about unexpectedly.
It's our Stellaron friend's identity, isn't it?
I see you're in the know.
Let's just say I'd put money on the possibility.
Pô, então é muito mais profundo do que eu imaginava.
The murder isn't nearly enough to disrupt business as usual. Even if there were 1 or 2 murders on Penacony. This dream of theirs isn't a boundless sea. It's a lonely island. The family used the Harmony to build a high wall. That barrier they built keeps death out. But it also keeps the secrets that are lost in that watery abyss from floating to the surface.
Unless someone goes to the other side of the barrier and lives to tell the tale.
Someone already. I got the idea early on, chewing on that masked fool's little hint. If a mute someone who survived the treacherous depths, but is unable to take the stage and speak.
Hint.
Well, proof is the one thing I don't have. The only thing that can prove these conjectures. But you don't need proof to have a suspicion. And for me, suspicion is enough. I didn't need to find the memory zone meme. I just needed for some.
You don't sound very confident to me. Going out of your way to make citywide broadcasts in an attempt to involve more people. You're very lucky that fate has decided to let us cross paths. I happen to be equipped with a very sharp blade. You possess great cunning. Deliberately setting us up to be on opposing sides. Constantly repeating the words of the Emanator in front of. And that's how you win. Opportunity and strategy. Both are. And in your plans, the IPC always wins. Even if you lose the bet.
Well, it's a huge gamble, isn't it? But allow me to point out a mistake. The IPC's detonating a Stellaron. I can't do it. The Aventurine Stone is too broken to even safeguard my escape from. If, at the end of the day, you did not unsheath your blade.
It is pointless to discuss what-ifs. You have won. And after this, whether you can return from the abyss. Have you never wavered?
Wavered? Of course I have. Because other than that,
Wake up from this dream and go to where you should be. Your gamble is not over yet.
Before we part, can you answer one more question? Why are we born into this world? If it's just to die.
I don't think this and never have. Nor do you.
But the nihility envelops you and I.
And because of that, it's pointless.
But it is still there. If the dice of fate are always weighted, then that...
My answer might not be able to resolve your confusion, because it has been with you throughout. But you said, sleep is the rehearsal of death. So why does life... So you can definitely understand why we want. Even if the ending has been predetermined, that's fine. There are countless things that humans cannot change. But before the end, there are many things that humans can do while on their journey. And because of this, the end will thus reveal a completely... Take a good look at your pocket. Your friend has already given you the answer. Good luck.
Mister? You're leaving?
Yes. Because
Then where are they?
they are in a place where everyone will go. A very...
Then are you going too?
I'll get there one day, but not now. There will come a day when the sky will drizzle, and I will hear the call of Gaiathra Triclops. So, until that time comes...
Preparing.
Well, preparing to face them, Kakavasha.
I know you'll be able to do it.
Well, of course. Well, I seem that way because... What do you say? One last time?
Are you going now?
Yes. May the Mother Goddess thrice close her eyes for you, keeping your blood eternally pulsing. May your journey be forever peaceful, and your schemes
forever concealed. Our paths will cross again beneath Kakava's shimmering auroras. Farewell, Kakavasha.
The light of the Aventurine Stone has disappeared. This only represents...
He kept his promise and got what he wanted.
As planned, your cornerstone has been successfully sent to the...
Let's fulfill our duty and start. I come for an audience. I come to fill wine. And I bestow poison in the guise of sweet dew. Come the toil of spring and yield a fall. All for the Amber Lord.
You're awake. I've been waiting on you for quite a while. You've met me before. I originally planned on showing up earlier to reveal, but I encountered more roadblocks than expected. 11 times I've tried, but Elio is right. In this land of the dreams, I don't know people's hearts as well as he and Kafka do. Nor do I have a specialty like Silverwolf and Blade. So, there is a... This is to show you.
Ah, mano. Que sacanagem, velho.
All that I am.
Labyrinth-like corridors and halls, traps everywhere. The owner of this mansion must be a bit paranoid.
You are so funny, Mr. Security Officer. I hope that...
Just expressing a personal opinion. Why? Did I hit a nerve?
Mr. Gallagher, my patience is wearing thin. Neglecting duties will only make me more suspicious that you and the real serial killer are connected.
Scoundrel, punk, drunk, hooligan. I have heard this trash talk all too often. But I have never once thought that I'd be treated as an accomplice to a murder. I take back what I said. Your problem isn't paranoia. You're just crazy, you know? Lunatic. You, the family, you broke my spine and pulled out my fangs, and now you want to accuse me of murder? Ridiculous. Only idiots who've drunk too much Soul Glad will berate a stray dog in the streets. What exactly is making you say all this nonsense? You should be more concerned about the Outworld visitors who are making a scene in the theme park than me.
I don't need you to remind me. Once that ambassador walks through the doors of the mansion, I will know what he wants. My servants see everything. His little mat. Why do you think that I just let him go? And why do you think I emptied the theme park stage? Because my target from the beginning has always been you, Hound. The more noise he makes, the more opportunities I have to make you and your true master pay.
If I were really the murderer, why would you need to be so secretive? Ha! I forgot. You also have a difficult master to serve, telling you to ignore the murder case and focus solely on that Charmony festival. Isn't that right, my brother?
Looks like your disguise has helped you successfully understand every facet.
Disguise? You must be blind to be accusing me of being a fake. Open your eyes and take a good look.
Indeed, every part of you is real. The brown hair, soft and curly like Benny's. The orange eyes, which make me miss the gaze of Sir Whitaker. That odd scar, the mark of Woolsey, and the gray vest, tie, hound emblem, bottle, the bartending, and your role as a security officer. From all 52 loyal family members. When they are gathered, countless tiny truths are woven together into a lie. You collected a small piece of each of them and claimed them for yourself. Then you invented this facade. Look, tell me I'm wrong.
You have guts, I'll give you that. Not bad. I severely underestimated you. Admirable. But so what? Can this prove that I murdered your sister and that stowaway?
This proves that you and the Memory Zone meme death are linked. And that's enough. Listen up. I don't care how you did it. I only care about one thing. You devil. You wretched, despicable dog. Why did you kill her?
You know, in the thick of things, people are blind to the grit in their eyes. Yet they can always feel it scratch. Want the answer? I'll give it to you. The whole thing is just fate playing a cruel joke on us.
Não, pera aí. Nossa. Ai, é muita coisa pra digerir. É, Sunday foi de comes e bebes também. E eu nem sei o que pensar mais, cara. É, a história acabou então. Caraca, velho.
Nice.
Como assim, mano? Então o Gallagher é um encapetado da história. Por essa eu não esperava. É isso. História feita. Aventurine pato. Ele virou o que agora? O chefão também? Não. Achei que seria. Caraca, velho. Bem, é isso. Acabou-se a história. Agora é o momento de eu ficar recluso, pensar na minha vida, o que que essa história nova agora acrescentou, repensar todas as minhas teorias, tudo que eu imaginava, porque sinceramente eu não esperava nada disso. É isso então, acabou a minha historinha. Outro dia eu devo fazer outra live, jogando alguma coisa, talvez terminando o enxame ou fazendo outro, que é o Ouro Engrenagens, que eu também preciso terminar. E é isso. Falou pra vocês. Agradeço pra quem me assistiu até aqui. E a gente continua conversando aí. Valeu pra vocês. Falou.
Nice.